town planning is it's become a very broad sort of field, so it's got to consider a whole range of things, and human rights are fundamental.
Social impact is in fact one of the key considerations in a planning application. The planning system already considers human rights in some aspects. It's a dual component, and I expect what it will do is actually raise the issues and heighten issues for a planning officer and all the councillors to, in their mind, in making a decision. Planning already does deal with some of these issues. I find it very hard to differentiate and take the planning matter aside from specific human rights.
But you know, I think that the thinking and the doing is there in terms of human rights, but it's often just called something else.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be the good design guidelines, it might be universal design principles, it might be the Planning Act, but within those frameworks it's actually ensuring that public realm and buildings are accessible and fit for purpose and all those sorts of things. So I think that sometimes some of that discussion is around translating between different professions almost.
The human rights component will add more to that. So if you've got an application for a unit development, at the moment our consideration is, does this development overlook a particular property? It doesn't actually at the moment talk about any specifics about, is it overlooking children, what are the privacy issues of those people in those particular properties, but it does say you must address it, so we actually address it, but there might actually be from time to time where those issues come to the forefront. The planning system actually is already set up to do that. You know, it tells people what they can and can't object to, what they should or shouldn't object to. Yeah, the VCAT review process is an extremely important part of the planning process, not just for councils but for the whole community, because it means that whatever decision the council makes, rightly or wrongly, is peer reviewed by an authority who is independent and reviews the applications that are put before it and used.
We have a consultation and engagement framework that guides us in relation to the expected standards for how we work with the community, and that gives us some really good ideas around devising and working with some of our other stakeholders around how can we maximise that consultation. We certainly have strong consultation with the community that guides our council plan.
The planning system really is set up particularly around allowing people to have a right to a say. So the whole system of planning, which is unique to Victoria in some ways, actually have third-party appeal rights. You can appeal against a decision, people can have a say about what happens next door to them, and planning is set up in Victoria through the whole process of public exhibition, a process of having you say through objection processes, a consultation model, consultation processes that we have here in Bendigo. They're there to assist the members of the public have their say. Our website is translatable, so you can use our website to translate. In terms of youth, you know, Bendigo's pretty active in the Twitter sphere, in the Facebook sphere. Those sorts of online applications. Our council meetings are actually broadcast on the radio, which I think is relatively unique. Which was something we did because people wanted to listen to, and I think that was particularly intended also for the people who couldn't necessarily access buildings, who may have had some kind of disability, so it's great that it's on the radio.
I think maybe our Broadmeadows Hume Global Learning Village is a good example of that. So it is part of the open space, the Civic Plaza, and very much the policy position of a social justice perspective informed that building, its design, why we have it there and its purpose and functions. And it was around identifying that this community is one that has suffered significant disadvantage and significant lack of resources and infrastructure. So that then starts to determine how a facility like that looks, how it's physically accessible, how people use that building, who can access it, all those sorts of things.